another person to do that.
Yeah.
In my opinion, it would have been a whole lot more better if we would have just went the whole movie thinking that it was the nun, showing the nun, but then maybe revealed that Maurice was possessed at the end, having that as a reveal instead of, just
that
letting you,
been
letting you know kind of right off the bat when you saw, after that first scene where the priest burned or whatever, and you saw the dude walking out. But it was like the shadow of the nun, but it was obviously the dude. Yeah. It's like, boom, right there. It was like, nothing.
I thought it would have been pretty cool or pretty good, like, curveball if they would have used, like, the little girl actually being possessed. Like, you sit here and think it's Maurice the whole time, and then, boom, it's actually her. I thought that would have been, because she was getting bullied, she's getting picked on. It had everything there for her to be the killer or the possessed.
Right. And it really pissed me off. It really pissed me off because Maurice was a key player in the first Nun movie, and he's obviously possessed.
He's a background character in this movie.
He's obviously possessed, and even though he's experienced all of this before, he doesn't know what the fuck's going on. He's waking up and he doesn't question nothing, even though he's gone through this shit before.
Like, he has, like, no clue. Like, he's just fucking oblivious. Like, he just wakes up and, oh, well, that was kind of awkward.
Yeah.
Huh, why did that happen?
Yeah, that leads me to my next one, which is weak fucking plot, lazy storytelling.
Lazy booking.
It was, overall made no sense, and overall absolutely no point to the movie except just, it was literally, I feel like they had a bunch of scripts and they done eeny, meeny, miny, mo, and they picked one.
Yeah,
and they just went
this
with
is
it.
a cash grab if I've ever seen a fucking cash grab.
Horrible fucking ending as well. It was
oh my god,
so anticlimactic and so abrupt, and I didn't even feel like it was a struggle, or I didn't feel like it was like any type of like build up to it. It just happened.
Well, I knew like early on that what the ending was going to be because they fucked it up. They had that moment where she's like staring at this picture of what's her name? The legendary nun.
She wasn't a nun. She was
or someone high in the church.
It was the real life. Okay, let me explain this. It's they called her Saint Lucy. That was her name.
Saint Lucy.
And Saint Lucy is she. God, it's so stupid. She's like venerated by the Catholic Church, and basically what that means is she's was held in high regards in the Catholic Church as a saint. That's why they called her Saint Lucy. She was a real person. She's a real biblical I don't know if she's real, but she's real in the fucking biblical sense. And apparently, there's something very special about her eyes. She was murdered a long time ago, and her eyes was cut out because it was thought that her eyes held special powers to defeat demonic forces.
Which is why Valak wants to get its hands on it, because Valak is kind of like it. It can be numerous things. And if Valak has it, or Phallus has it, whatever way you want to say, then nobody can defeat this evil entity.
Yeah.
It's like Thanos in the fucking Infinity Gauntlet.
And before we go any further, I would like to point out that in the movie they say that St. Lucy was set on fire, but it wouldn't like take.
Yeah,
she wouldn't burn up for some reason,
because
right?
of like her holiness, it's put it out.
Right, and keep that in mind because that's significant for a little bit later on. But that's why Valak is, I guess, on a mission and killing all of these holy people is she's on like the mission to find the eyes
Right.
or whatever, so she can have the ultimate power. So anyway, that's they don't really explain all this too well in the film. We actually had to Google all this up to really get a concept of
What the fuck's going on?
right, because otherwise it probably sounds strange anyway, but it would
Yeah.
probably be really fucked up if we try to explain it to you without this, explanation.
Yeah.
But anyway, it comes down to the end of the film where she's Valak is using Maurice's body, but at the same time she can, or it can, be separate.
Yeah.
Did you notice that?
Oh, it was in 3 places at once.
Oh, yeah,
because
yeah.
it was the fucking goat, then it was phallus, or phallic, or phallus, whatever.
Valak.
Val Venus was there.
Valak. Valak.
Vienna sausage was right there. And then it was the goat chasing after the other fucking nun.
Yeah.
And the kids that she was trying to protect. And then while that was going on, he was still possessed. But in like the duration of the beginning of the movie, like it was only in one spot at one time.
Yeah.
It didn't and then all of a sudden, I guess it could. The only thing that I'm guessing is because the nun, she like grabbed the eyes, right? She got like the power, so I'm guessing that's what happened.
Yeah, I reckon.
Like it gave the phallus queen more power, and then it could like do things at once, but it doesn't explain that. Like if
I don't think she got the eyes until after. I think it was already separated into all
I
three.
can't remember because I'll be honest with you people. I nodded off like 3 times because this movie sucks so bad.
But anyway, she ends up it ends up getting the eyes, and basically she tries to set Sister Irene on fire just like they try to set Saint Lucy on fire.
Yeah.
But the fire doesn't take,
Yeah.
and we find out that Sister Irene is a descendant of Saint Lucy. They actually reveal that earlier in the film.
Without revealing it.
Yeah, but they don't put any emphasis on it, so it's not like a big reveal, even though it should have been, because you're going to use that for your climax of your movie. So you would pretty much want to beat that into your audience's head, like, keep this in mind, keep this in mind. But they didn't do that, so when it happened, it just felt short. It's like, oh, she's on fire, she's going to die. Oh, now the fire's out. What the fuck? It was one of those types of deals, and it was so anticlimactic, and it was so bad, and it was a lot of things that were incorporated into this movie that didn't need to be. Basically, all these scenes need to be replaced, and with scenes explaining this backstory.
Yeah, I wonder if it's another cut of this movie.
It should be, because this ain't it, man. This had potential, like I said, but overall, it was, I don't know. And the thing about it is, this movie's getting praised by a lot of people. A lot of people is like, oh, it's better than the first one, this blah, blah, blah.
What?
I don't agree with that.
Seriously?
Yeah, seriously.
No.
I don't agree with that at all.
I feel like we go against the grain.
Well, here's the thing, man. It's it's not like
Christ.
I don't want. It's like I don't want to say this movie's bad or it sucks. I want to say that the proper word is fucking disappointing.
It's your typical boring Hollywood horror movie.
Yeah, and I'm sorry, but I'm kind of tired of talking about it. I'm ready to get to the ranking.
Well, I will kick off the ranking because, ladies and gentlemen, The Nun 2 has already ranked it for me. 2 stars.
Yes, that's what I have as well. And for all of y'all wondering, what is the 2 stars? It's bad. B-A double fucking D.
Duh.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not good.
Don't
waste your money on it.
Well, the only reason I would like the only positives are the ones that I mentioned. The main actress, some of the acting was really good. You can't blame them for the bullshit script.
Yeah, I don't blame the actors or actresses in this movie. I think that they done a very good job with the shit sandwich that they were handed.
Yeah. For me, this is, if you look at this as a take it or leave it type of deal, it's definitely leave it.
Yeah.
This is, let me watch this because I'm invested into this universe. Okay, I watched it. I never will. To me, this is like the Thor Dark World of the Conjuring universe. I never fucking want to watch it again.
See, I just, this movie was just so fucking boring. It was a waste of fucking time. Like, that was my immediately, like, response to this, like, when we watched this movie, like, walking out. Like, normally we don't talk about our reviews and everything like this. But, like, it just blurted out of my mouth. I was just like, man, this is just a fucking waste of time. And it was. Maybe watch it if you wanna kill a couple hours and waste your life when it comes to a streaming service. If you're into the Conjuring movies and you want to watch it, the only reason I could see this being like having any merit is because the eyes are going to come into play maybe in the next movie. I guess. That's just my speculation, that they were trying to show how powerful these eyes are because they're going to need them.
Well, they need. Here's the thing, you know, I refer to it as Thor: The Dark World. It's kind of like that. The beginning, the first couple of Conjuring universe films are kind of like the first couple Marvel movies, and then the last wave has completely sucked dick, just like the last wave of Marvel has completely sucked dick. It's almost like nobody knows how to write a good story that explains anything, that, like, you know, it's supposed to be like these all moments in there, and it just ends up being cross-eyed, head-scratching, what the fuck moments.
Right.
And, you know when you go to YouTube and it's like blah, 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 movie ending explained?
Yeah.
This is the type of movie that makes people do that. Yeah. Because if you go to a goddamn movie and you watch it, you shouldn't have to have the fucking movie explained. You just watch the fucking thing, right?
Right.
This is the kind of movie that makes those types of YouTube channels exist, because it's so fucking stupid and it doesn't make any goddamn sense, and I'm getting hot about it. This movie's 2 stars. Fucking watch it and then burn it.
And for anybody that's like, well, The Shining, there's a difference between a movie leaving you thinking and leaving you speculating versus leaving a movie like, I don't understand what I just watched.
Right. And it's a difference in watching a movie where you're entertained and you're confused, but you're confused in a good way. You're confused in a good way to where you want to discuss it. You want to come up with theories. You want to do this. It makes you think. Yeah, like you said.
Was Jack a ghost? Did that really happen?
Right.
Was everything due to his anger? Was it all in his mind?
This movie made no sense to the point where we can hardly have a conversation about it.
Right, because we don't have. It's like we don't really know or understand what they were trying to do with this fucking movie, other than make another fucking cash grab, and that's what it is. It's a typical Hollywood horror cash grab.
My final thoughts is this movie made The First Nun look like a fucking 5-star movie.
Yes, it did.
And this movie, like I said, watch it Get it in your head.